Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Young Jock.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's happening?
What's up, King?
Man, cool. Happy to be here.
Okay, cool. You say you just came from the gym?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of workout you do in the gym?
Well, today we did chest and arms.
Yeah.
Well, core. Core every day.
Right.
Chest, biceps.
How long you been in the gym? Like consistently?
Consistently?
Yeah.
6 months. 7 months now. Yeah. I started at the top of the year.
Yeah. What's the goal?
Be healthy, look better, feel better, do better.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times we get the look better part. We got that down. We're trying to look better, but we don't really work on the internal part, the feeling better, being healthy, eating right. So what that diet look like?
Fish and greens mainly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might add more protein with some chicken, or I might add more protein with a beef, protein every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Once, maybe twice out the week.
Grilled fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You when you look at your career, man, from viral videos to radio waves, man, you pretty much have lived in every corner of the culture. That it's going down era, that was huge, man. Did you know it was going to be as big in real time?
50-50.
Yeah.
It was 50-50 because there was a lot of times when the people who was putting the money behind me, the machine, they was questioning, do we go when it's going down or Dope Boy Magic? I'm like, no, hold up now. Going down is the record. Dope Boy Magic is a good record, but it ain't damn it's going down. But then people was reacting to Dope Boy Magic at the time, so I'm like, what? I was just like, I hope it do what it do. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what it was gonna do. I was like, maybe it'll try to get to the Midwest and chill out. When I was in the Far East, I knew that thing had done popped. When I was in, Asia, Japan, I was like, oh man.
Oh, you mean the real East,
the Far East. Yeah. I was just thinking the Midwest, United States.
Yeah.
But everything superseded my predictions.
Yeah. And so was that the exact moment, or was there a moment where before you got there that you was like, did it happen when you got your plaque? Which came first? You got your plaque before you went to the Middle East, right?
No.
Yeah?
No.
So it was a slow burn.
You said Middle East, I said Far East.
The Far East.
Yeah, Far East. I was already up. I was going up by the time I got to Asia. I mean, it was happening fast. It was like, flying here and that. And when it was like Japan, I was like, I'm going to Japan.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I mean, I was on. I ain't gonna say I was financially straight, but I was financially straight in my mind at that time in my life, at that age, and just being new to the industry. I was already financially straight before I already got out of the country.
Because at that point, you're making what kind of money a show?
It just depends, because out the country, they paying you more, and you was getting your money up front.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no back end, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, by the time I started really seeing some money, when I felt like I was getting some money, when I started getting about like $50,000 a show, I was like, oh, this is happening. Then when I started seeing like 75, that's when it was crazy. I'm like, oh shoot, hold up. I was like, damn, like it's a dream. It's not a dream, but it's like a dream. Mm-hmm. But it's not a dream because I know it's real. And every day I would just be like, when is this going to end? Because this is almost too good to be true.
I mean, I know it's slowed down to an extent, but it still hasn't ended yet.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with you talking about it right now. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't just reliving it. We live in it right now. I'm a very viable artist, entertainer, host, radio personality, actor.
Yeah. I was talking specifically that song.
Oh yeah, I know, but when you said that, I was just overall like,
yeah,
I didn't know where you was going with it, but
you absolutely still getting it and being viable and relevant, man.
I wasn't being cocky. I just thought you were saying,
But how have you been able to reinvent yourself so consistently? Because you far from a one trick pony.
One thing I learned, like I always look at stuff like either like parables or like, I give you a perfect example. I like to drive. I like to drive fast, right? One thing you know about a curve, if you don't like prepare yourself for the curve, what usually happens? If you speed,
you're gonna crash.
Most people, they go off the curve because they're not prepared to make as deep of a turn or sharp of a turn. And that's just how the culture works, man. Life today, everybody, boots on the ground today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The next new fad come around, and if next thing you know, nobody's trying to do the boots on the ground movement no more than everybody's trying, because it's a shift. It'll happen just like that. And so for me, I always look at it like, don't be the last person to find out about the turn.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Premeditated flexing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got to know change is gonna come, because a lot of people don't just jump into the culture. Like perfect example right now. If somebody said they want to rap today, I want to rap today.
Mm.
All right, then we kind of already know how they gonna probably look from the way people dressing out here today. We know it's certain brands they're gonna wear, certain stuff they're gonna talk about because it's what's popular now, right? But in 6 months, the shift might have already taken place. By the time you got here and started, like, I'm gonna start, and then you start getting all like the look and the fad and talk, we done switched. It done went somewhere else. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it be that fad. Look at the way we changed the look. Just a few years ago, we had the MC Hammer pant people wearing around here. They had the little skinny with the drop, what they call them, the drop crouch.
Mm-hmm.
It was wearing them, or it was. I remember once upon a time we was just wearing the Vizus and red monkey jeans when cats was spending $800 on some jeans, $1,000 for some jeans. Now you can't even get nobody to look at a pair of them. You're like, yeah, that's, and I know it probably seems like I'm going off subject, but that's just how fast the culture changes.
Yeah.
And I just be prepared for the change. So I don't really follow nobody else more. I never really like move to nobody else's groove. I just kind of do my own thing, because I'm prepared to change whenever I'm ready to change. But doing something what somebody else is doing, they could change in a heartbeat. And now I got to try to keep up with them. I don't try to keep up with nobody.
Right. There's an old saying that people will change when the pain of the same becomes greater than the pain of the change. Simply meaning that, when you get tired of doing something one way and it is not working, sooner or later you'll just go ahead and just do it another way, because it's easier to just try something different, because you keep on getting the same results over here, so you may as well just try this, because, this over here absolutely is not working. How difficult is it for you to pivot, to make those changes when it's time, when you see the trajectory going in a different direction, and you say, okay, do you embrace, obviously you embrace change because you have no problem reinventing yourself and continuing to be relevant in all corners, like I was saying earlier, of the culture. But how difficult is it for you to be on something when you think that, okay, I got this thing figured out, I know what I'm doing, it's working, they just ain't figured it out yet. I know what I'm doing, it's working, I'm sticking to it, it's not working, but it's gonna work, but I'm not sticking to it, I'm sticking to it. Damn, it's hard for me to change. Like how difficult is it for you to actually make the change?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's interesting about me. I've always been a team player, right? If you look at most solo artists, a lot of solo artists have just been solo artists. A lot of them was in groups too, but a lot of your solo artists are just solo artists. They've just been solo artists, and that's who they want to be. And in being a solo artist, you're trying to figure out how to create a team. You're trying to figure out how to, create this movement, this whole motion or whatnot. And when you haven't lived out enough scenarios while working with people or working amongst people, you know what I'm saying, that are all on the same accord, it's a lot of things you're gonna miss. So for me, it's not hard for the change because I've always known how to work with people. I was in groups, I was in group projects, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to act, so I was always in plays, you know what I'm saying? I was never just trying to be the main character. And because of that, because I never tried to be the main character, it was a lot easier to go in and fill other shoes, other positions. Because while the main character was main charactering, I was back here figuring out the other roles that needed to be, the supporting cast, the supporting role. And a lot of people are like, well, that's not main star energy. That's cool. That's fine. But me picking up these other understandings and seeing it from a different standpoint, it made it a lot easier for my transition to anything I do. So I give you a perfect example. Before I started promoting clubs, did you know I promoted clubs in Atlanta? Mm. All right, see, that's what I'm saying. So before I started promoting clubs, I was trying to DJ. And, the growth of Young Jock as the DJ just didn't happen. I tried it, right? And it started happening fast. People started booking me. I was like, oh, this happened. I can do anything, right? But the minute I started DJing, I started to realize I had to see it through a DJ's filter. Like, yo, people are gonna come up and ask you to play their music, And because you are an entertainer, it's certain things that you already know they don't get. Cause now you seeing it from, they don't understand what I'm saying. Bro, I don't know you. I ain't never seen you. These people paying me to rock their party. They're not paying me to take your money right now. Okay? 1. 2, I don't even know the music you're trying to get me to play. I don't know the drops. I don't know the sound. I don't know the emotion, but I don't know nothing. You can't just give me your music right now and I'm just gonna play it in my headphones and know it. And what's your BPM? You ask the artist that, they don't know it. So I quickly realized I don't want to DJ. I don't want to DJ. No, I don't want to DJ. So I stopped DJing. So I started promoting clubs. Then after realizing promoting clubs, I was like, I don't want to promote clubs no more. But I went into radio. But then while in radio, I started realizing, hold up, shoot, with radio, I got the power. I need to own clubs now because now I can send people to my, that's how I started owning clubs. Because so sometimes contingencies will force your hand into a place. Not even force it, it just kind of reveals the other possibilities and opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's how a lot of times it happens. It's not a hard thing. It's just like, I'm gonna go with what makes me feel good. I'm gonna go with what I see working. When I connect with people, I'm gonna see, okay, well, this right here actually seems a little more tangible. This is feasible. This right here is cool, but I don't wanna put up with X, Y, and Z. So a lot of times it hasn't been hard for me to transition to whatever space I wanna be in. To be honest with you, OG, it ain't never been hard, for real.
So you big on peace then? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm big on that because I don't really bring drama nobody way. In my career, so many people have, took shots at me, and I always be like, all right. I don't even care. Most people are like, man, you supposed to just say something back. I don't want to. I don't want to. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes people just looking for a free shot, a free opportunity, and I can't give it to you. And some people are like, man, but I think you should. It's like, I know what you think I should do, but I'm not worried about what nobody else do. I'm more concerned about what I'm capable of doing and what I may do in the process of being embarrassed, in the process of being overly pissed off about something. And I may be the one that can't control my emotions. I may be the one who may not be in the right mind at the time to take it for what people say it is. It's just music, it's just entertainment, until this side of it don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? Most people think, oh, you might be scared of, if you say something to somebody's gonna no. I be concerned about how I might feel. Because I don't want nobody to have to jump on me. And if we beefing, I'm going to make sure I got to jump on you. And it's just that fast, I trick myself to put myself in a position to do something to you out of fear you might do something to me. You see what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
So a lot of times I choose peace over war, and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just put me in a position where I have no choice.
Man, what's strange is that before we sat down and whenever this happened, when you went viral for driving that car, that ride share thing, I surmised that was the type of temperament you had as a person. And I was like, the world would be a better place if more people had that type of temperament. If more people cared more about what they care about, as long as they're not hurting anybody and they stayed within their lane as far as doing what they wanted to do and not worried about what the next person is thinking and what they're saying about them, we would all be in a better place. But at the same time, I said to myself, I wouldn't have done that because I know how these motherfuckers are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like giving them any type of, they got the gun already. I don't like giving them the ammunition to gun me down. And I knew the moment that I saw you driving that rideshare car, what was it called, pull up or something like that?
Pull up and go.
Pull up and go.
Nah, but
like I knew. I say, man, they gonna have a field day with
I'm gonna
this.
give you two things. I'm gonna give you So I knew that would give somebody hella ammunition, right? But I knew that giving people something to talk about is an easy way to spread what it is that I want out there.
Mm.
And what I wanted people to know was that Pull Up and Go was a subscription-based app, right? Black owned. So homie's whole thing was, think about if you spend if you make $1,000 doing Uber, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's say they get 40%, what that leave you with? 600, right? Well, that doesn't cover that means that's your maintenance out of that money, your gas out of that money, and you paying yourself out of that money. So if you can make $1,000, you done damn near spent $200 on gas. So you went from 600 on the 600% with 60% of the money to now that overhead of the gas, the other 200 that's gone. Now you got 400. Now you and Uber even. That still don't take care of whatever maintenance may be going on with your car or soon to come, right? Now, you just gave up what, $600 out of your profit? Well, if you was doing Pull Up and Go, you would only pay $99 a week. So if you made $1,000, you would keep $900. So it was gonna take over. I didn't care about the embarrassment that was gonna come with it, because by the time people got on to the whole the ingenious concept of what my partner was doing at the time, it would have been too loud, I'd have been rich. But COVID hit. And once COVID hit, that shut down everything. Uber wasn't doing nothing, Lyft wasn't doing nothing. But the guidelines changed due to social distancing. And sometimes when certain guidelines change, because what I mean, you as a entity, as a brand, as a company, you got to spend more money. Because now you got to have different insurances now. It was certain things. I just think he wasn't prepared to just go back and tough it out and spend that extra lump of money. I think if he would have, he would have been rich. And I would have been right there with him. So it was a concept. I was willing to put the integrity of my brand on the line, in a sense, because once people found out about it, all that shit would change. And then you sitting on the cover of a magazine like, You know what I'm saying? It just the moment didn't play out like that. So it's all good.
Is it possible for it to come back, or has that ship sailed?
To be honest with you, man, even me explaining it just now, right now, it's somebody who would lobby against it. Somebody like who would be with the uppers, like the Ubers and the Lyfts, they would go against it. They would hate it. They would do something. It would be something to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it can't be done, but even me explaining it to you, don't it make all the sense in the world?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it. People, I was pulling up after that went. I pulling up to their office and people were there signing up. So it was only a matter of time had COVID not hit, and I probably would have been in a nice little Nas situation by now. You know what I'm saying?
The beauty of that, the beauty of that is that it would have encouraged people who have been in the spotlight and people who have seen a lot of financial success and growth it would have given them an opportunity to evaluate their own life and say, you know what, man, as long as I'm earning a complete, watching you do it, somebody that people look up to, somebody that know, somebody that the people know who have been there and done that, do it, it would have brought a lot of other people who have been in similar situations down to earth. Yeah. And say at the end of the day, man, as long as I'm doing something legal and honorable to put food on the table, to handle my business, it ain't nobody else's business.
No, it's honorary at the end of the day. As long as you, as a man, I don't care what you, hey, if you put food on your table, by all means, it's big respect. I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? But that was an outpour of support, man. It was a lot of people. I mean, and it's so interesting because I couldn't explain what I just explained to you to everybody. Yeah. So I had to take, like, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I had to keep it moving. Now somebody might say, man, he has got me thinking he down and out, but this was a marketing thing. Yeah. But I can't explain that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to just to see how long it would take for that to happen, if it would come back. But I thought it was a very ingenious concept. And me personally, I was the kid who, being in the groups, being around people, just always with people, it was always a challenge. Somebody, it was, you know, just in life, hey man, we trying to see, we don't got that much time. You think they gonna let us ride this last ride before they close the park down? Moments like that, and it's somebody like, nah, they ain't gonna let us. And it's somebody like, man, I don't feel like walking back over there. But it's somebody like, yeah, I see. You know, whether it's me or not, I watch somebody go over there with confidence, try, and it works. Now that taught everybody, well, it should have taught everybody in the group a valuable lesson like, hey, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. Have some type of confidence in your approach. So there's so many moments like that I learned from, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never been scared to try what I believe in. I don't really care about me. I don't care about people seeing me fail. Because one thing that's worse than a failure is to not try. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather try, make an attempt. And if I fail, I'm still gonna be smarter than you, and I'll probably be more up to you because I'm gonna learn something else along the way on this journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna learn something that you may never pick up because you didn't try to do what I'm trying to do. You know? Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, really, man, usually people that have something to say about people who do like maybe take a job or position that might be viewed to be beneath them. The only type of people that really have something to say is those type of people who don't take chances and who don't take those risks themselves. The type of people who ain't probably never gonna, you know, be on a different level. Like these type of people that don't really follow their own dreams, you know, they don't really pursue lofty goals themselves. So this is why it's so easy for them to talk down on anybody that does. Like, how dare you, you know, go out there and do this, do that, and I'm not built to do that. But obviously, they're going to talk about this last part of it, them not being built to do it. But they look at what you do, and it's a problem because they would never have the courage to do that. You know, I remember I was actually in that position in real time. I was in that type of position. But I wouldn't take a regular job because I was saying to myself, I'm gonna probably knock somebody the fuck out if they run up on me with that. You know, like if somebody, you know, like I like could just see myself. Store, man, if I was in the grocery store stacking groceries,
head ass in here, goddamn. Hi, welcome to Walmart, head ass, Wally World, head ass, screw head. You be ready to fight somebody.
I would absolutely whoop on somebody.
They do. That's how they do. Hey, bro. They be like that. Well, see, guess what's so crazy? For me, I'm with all that because I'm looking for the lemons. I'm looking for the lemons. And sometimes the organic lemons like that, they better than any lemon you could purchase anywhere else. And I'm talking about to make your lemonade. See, me, I'll go do something today as who I am right now, the type of money I get. I'll go ask somebody, let me work at your dealership. Pay me full commission on my sales and see how many cars I sell. And somebody will be looking at me like, is this mine? Is he serious? Is this what? No, we don't know. And somebody gonna say bet. And I'm gonna be dead ass for real. And I go sell cars on your car lot. And I'll take the content Now, whatever I may make on the lot, I'm gonna do good because I'm a salesman by nature and I'm confident in anything I do, right? And it's gonna be an experience for anybody who wanna come buy a car, but I'm gonna make more money after that. That's just the moment, but it's gonna turn a light bulb on in somebody else's head from a marketing standpoint, from an executive standpoint. They're gonna say, "Hey, man, we need to sit down and talk to him because he knows something that a lot of these other people don't. He's willing. This man is collecting data right in our face. Why would he go do that?" Now people want to. Well, that was interesting. Let me pick your brain. What would make you? And there it is. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I create my own bait for people to ask me to come see them. You know, because when I come to you, it's a reason you asked me to come to you. And once I know I got you asking me questions, I can get paid for that. You kind of get what I'm saying? That's kind of how my life been. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just my hustle be to let people know I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do.
Have you ever regretted doing any of those reality shows with your significant other?
Not really.
You know, usually when those shows happen and people go on there as a couple, they end up divorced or broke up like immediately after the show. Like by the time the show airs, they already went their separate ways. You know, that happens a lot.
It does.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
It does.
They reached out to me about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. No, actually, damn, it's longer than that. More like 6, 7 years ago, they reached out and was like, "Hey, we want you to," I thought they was trying to pump me or something, you know? I was like, "Yeah, we want you to do this." And I said, "Nah, man, yeah, I ain't doing that shit."
Yeah.
Like, cause I didn't even know a woman that, like the women that I deal with, that would want to even do it.
No, I understood.
Do something like that. And I was like, I had this, a friend of mine, she was like, "You should do it. You should do it. Do it." So I called this chick that I was talking to at the time, and she said, "Huh?" She was like, "No way." You know, how does that play out when the camera's on and, you know, and then the cameras go off, and let's say you're in the heat of the moment, but now the cameras are off. How does that typically play out with your significant other if y'all like at each other's throat?
It depends on your pay grade.
I'm
gonna be honest with you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you feel like you're doing all this and you ain't been compensated for it, there's nothing to cushion that blow. There's nothing to comfort you in your moment of need. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you're doing it for the money, but at the end of the day, let me explain something to you. Right now, if I just got a little whiff of information of something that may have taken place in your home with you and your significant other, it hit the blogs, boom. Yo, it don't matter if we saw it on TV or not. By the time it get to everybody's phone, they done play the whole scenario, different scenario back in their head anyway. So they done already watched the whole reality show in their own fucking head for free. And you're going to be the brunt of the reality thoughts in their head, right?
Yeah.
And you don't get paid for that.
Right.
You don't get paid for that. You gonna still be Willie D. Yeah, that Willie D, you had them 3 hoes over there. They caught you. You caught Willie. Ooh, Willie. Oh, he's a scandal. Hey, now you ain't getting paid for that shit. Now you just sitting here like, damn, this shit, they done found me out. It ain't fair. It ain't fun. I'm not saying you be doing nothing like that. I'm just saying anything. It could be anything, bro. I mean, you and your girl get into an argument and they hit social media. Oh my God, they're headed for divorce court. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People do that every day for free.
Right.
For free. I can tell you everything. I can tell you the truth right now. And if I whisper it and tell everybody to whisper it, by the time it get back to me, the truth done being got down, twisted and turned so many times for free.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a little easier when the cameras cut off and it's okay. Is everybody okay? You might be mad, but then, you know, it's over with. All right, can we like this is a show. Like, I know we mad, but like, because sometimes you've already gone through something. And that's why they're able to catch certain things on camera. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you already are at odds. And so once you come into contact with someone you're at odds with, it's only one of a few things gonna happen. There's gonna be some smoke or we're gonna put the fire out.
Mm-hmm.
What is it gonna be? You kind of get what I'm saying? And so depending on like the type of cat I am, you know, it could be smoke, but I put the fires out. If you really just go back and look at my stint on reality TV, I put the fires out. And a lot of other shit happened around me. If you know, but I ain't really been a lot of stuff. I done had my issues, but I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm one of the cast members that stands out more, you know, my celebrity may be bigger or my brand may be a little more familiar. You know what I'm saying? Been around longer. Something happened with me, it's gonna seem bigger and like, oh my God, I know he all man. But at the end of the day, man, I sleep good, Willie D.
Let's talk. Let's talk
good at night because I don't let that shit bother me, man. I just let it.
Let's talk about the type of cat you are. Are you happy with the person who you are right now? Like when you look back and you think about the type of person you wanted to be, you know, to grow into. Are you happy with that?
I'm very much happy.
Yeah,
I'm very much happy. I'm solid like that. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy. You know what I'm saying? Because in my time, I've done anybody that's ever encountered me, they've seen me try to help somebody. They've watched me help. They've watched me try to help them. Somebody, you've seen me try to help people. You know, that may be one of my biggest downfalls. I want to help the world. You know what I'm saying? But the older I get, I realize it's just certain things that just are out of my control. You know? And anybody who's really been around me and see how I rock with my people, you family, you family. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna have ups and downs, you know. We have our good days and our bad days. But for the most part, when I do a recollection of me, I do feel good. Am I human? Yes, I am human. So there are gonna be moments along the way. There are gonna be some moments I may have botched. You know what I'm saying? There may be some infractions in my timeline that I'm not happy with. But who doesn't have any of these things that I'm talking and speaking of? So I'm human. I'm happy. At the end of the day, man, I got kids in college. You know what I'm saying? I made it out the hood. I took my mama out the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working. I can still put food on the table. You know, I'm learning as I go. And I'm learning to let go of some things along the way as well. So to totally answer your question, I'm very much happy and pleased with the person I am today. Could I be a better person? You damn right. But that's why I continue to go harder and harder and harder. And sometimes my team worry about me because they're like, you don't rest. We can't do nothing if you don't rest. But the thing they don't see is I rest more than any of them know. Because sometimes they think I'm working. I just be done put in so much work that when I'm resting, it still feel like I'm working. Feel me? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, to answer your question.
When you go back to those botches or those infractions, is there anybody who is no longer here that you wish could see your evolution, the man you are today?
Oh, yeah, man, definitely. I mean, shit, my best friend, Steve, you know, Steve was one of my, like, as a childhood friend and going into adolescence and adulthood, Steve was one of those people that we talked a lot, man. That was my homie. Like, when we went around everybody else, our conversations was different because Steve was like, oh, Steve looked older and everybody thought Steve was older, you know what I'm saying? When Steve was 20, they thought he was 30. You know, Steve was like built, had a beard, and just the way he was raised, it was kind of like a latchkey kid kind of, so you ain't really see no adults supervising him. He was the adult. It was like he was his own daddy. Like he had himself almost. This nigga was grown. So rest in peace to my boy. But Steve, we had those real conversations. Steve would ask me them real conversations like, all right, so if this happened today and your mama couldn't do this, we asked those type of questions. And I think it was very fulfilling as young men to have one another as friends, as brothers, you know what I'm saying? Because we had them real conversations, man. We had tough conversations. We even had the conversations of, you know, if one of us were to leave before the other, you know, what would life look like? Now, you had that conversation in one day and then you realize, like, damn, my homie ain't hit him, or reality hit you differently. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we all be devastated, but it's certain things in life that you never would have thought would happen. And when it happens, you're in a space that you didn't even know you could be put in. and you have to move accordingly, and you learn to adapt and course correct along the way. So that's one of those people. My mama, though, you know, my mama has watched my true evolution, you know, from conception all the way up until the moment she passed. You know what I'm saying? And so I try not to use the word wish a lot no more. Because a lot of the wishes we wish for, we've already had the opportunity to actually see it happen and come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I said, man, I wish I had a little more time. Well, you had a lot of time to have whatever you thought you maybe was supposed to got out of a situation or this moment, you know, or this relationship. And so that's why I lived the type of life as a type of son to my mom. That's why I did that. Like, anybody, you could ask anybody that ever was around me that could see me. My mom was a very big part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I made sure she was places where people were like, you got your mama here? Hell, my mama got my mama here. You know what I'm saying? My mama wanted to be here, you know? Yeah. And so I'm happy that I was able to be a better son as I got older to my mother and took less stress off her, and I just tried to just show her what that unconditional love was. Even though you would think it's her job as the mother to show me, because she did. And once I got to the point where I could reciprocate that and teach my lessons along the way too, as I was still learning from her, you know, we learned a lot together. So yeah, there's a lot of other people I can name, but that would take forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's important for you to say what you just said about having these conversations with your mother and and living up to being that person that, you know, somebody that she could be proud of. Yeah. Did you have any conversations that you missed? That, like, do you have any regrets of a conversation you didn't have before she passed? Yeah. That's good.
We talked about everything.
That's good.
Yeah, we talked.
Yeah, that's peace.
You know, my mom would be like, hey, we'll holler at you. So sometimes it might not be my mama I'm talking to. It's my mom I'm talking to, but she might come from a whole another vein. Hey, look, let me holler at you right quick. You keep game on whoop de whoop de whoop. At that point, I feel like I'm talking to my home girl. You know what I'm saying? My partner. Or sometimes she might come to me and it feel like I'm talking to a sister. But I don't know who I'm gonna get until I get it. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes she would just be like somebody that you be like, man, who the hell is you? Because we is bumping heads and I don't know what the hell you talking about. That's just life too, you know. So it was some moments. My mom had a very strong approach, very strong with delivery, very strong. I don't care who you is. Donald Trump can walk in here. See, I don't intentionally be disrespectful, but she ain't biting her tongue for nobody. And a lot of times I would have those cringe moments with my mom because I know she would be uncouth or just straight up.
She was a single parent?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your dad?
Well, here's the interesting part. So my mom married my brother's mother. He was a Stanley, and my dad's name Stanley. She had a thing for the stands, I guess. I don't know. Wait, no. So they were married. So I was in a both parent home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For some time, and then once they separated, then yeah, she was a single mother. But my dad was very much present in my life. So I still, my dad, like, I spent a lot of time with him. A lot, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like I was just, you know, just out here and it was just my mama raising me. Nah.
I like what you said about how you were saying something about how you was I think you said something about being regretful about any type of causing her any type of pain when she was growing up, like being out in the street. You know, it's funny you say that because when I was in the streets, because I was catching the blues from my mama. I really didn't think I owed my mama anything, any type of additional respect or whatever, because I was catching the blues from her. So when I was out in the streets being disruptive, allegedly, I didn't think about how it affected her. But as I got older, I realized that I caused her some pain, some unnecessary pain.
Yeah, I'm right.
You know, like she's already a single mother. She's already trying to do this all by herself. And she got 5 children. And I'm not thinking that, man, these guys, including my daddy, you know, left her to raise us by herself, you know, and, you know, I'm sure it takes 2 to tango, so I'm sure she has some role in that. But still, the bottom line was that she was left to do it alone. And I didn't consider that I was causing her additional strife, additional pressure, unnecessary pain when I would go out and do certain things, even just cutting up in school and she got to take off from work to come up to the school to deal with my little bad ass, you know, for something I did at school. I'm not thinking that, man, you know, when she out here trying to earn a living for us to keep a roof over our head and food in our mouths, and I'm over here taking her away from that with my attitude. So at the very least thing that we can do as children, you know, is to not, if our mom is having a tough time, or even our parents, period, is having a tough time, is not to do things to make it tougher.
No, for real. I think it takes, sometimes you'll be surprised what entity or what individual can make your child understand everything you've been trying to teach them. You know, like they hear it, right? But it ain't clicking. Because sometimes the parent could just have that breakdown moment where they tell their child something so real that that child get it, finally be like, damn, you ain't really just trying to be hard on me. It's really out here, it's really hard for you. Because now I'm looking around and I'm watching my friends go through things that once upon a time it looked normal. But as you get older, you start seeing things like, I don't have to live like this, or we don't have to be in this predicament. Or it's one of their little friends, and you trying to be, and then that one little friend say something like, why you treat your mom like that? What you mean, how I treat my mom? I love my mom. I know you love your mom, but your mama doing everything by herself, and then you do all these things and get in trouble, and your mama have to take off work, that stress, and she lose money, then you put her a job, and you make her stress, and then that probably make her drink more, and then, you know, then your mama be, and it's a little kid that talking to another kid, and that little kid is like blown away for 2 reasons. For one, that they were not aware of these things that they're causing, these infractions that they're causing to their mom or whoever the guardian is in their life, right? And then the fact that this kid has so much wisdom or just so much disdain for what I'm doing or how I'm acting or what my character is displaying, that they're willing to tell me, no matter if it's gonna disrupt the friendship or not, they so real that they telling me I'm really doing some lame shit without saying I'm doing some lame shit. It could be the kid that could change the kids. You know what I'm saying? It could be a close to death call sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't ever get it. Some of these kids just don't get it because they don't make it be over with.
These youngsters got more power than they think they have. I'm talking specifically to the ones who may have friends who might be, you know, going down the wrong path, or just who are in close proximity of other kids who might be going down the wrong path. Your peers are not trying to impress older people. They're not trying to impress anybody but their peer group. And so when they do these things, whether they flashing guns on the screen, on social media, whether they're jacking somebody, snatching a chain or whatever. All of this is to impress you. It is to impress their peer group. So the youngsters got more power than the elders to put the young people to put their peers on the right track, because they care more about what their peer group thinks than anybody else thinks. So if that youngster just say, nah, man, we ain't doing that shit, that ain't cool, man, they would be amazed at how much change that they can make happen if they were to just stand up and decide, you know what, I'm gonna be a leader, not a follower. And even if I'm not going to be at the forefront of some type of change or whatever, at the very least, I'm not going to be silent. I'm just, because silence is complicity. You dig? So when I look back at my own situation, I look at my peer group. It's my peer group that called me and say, man, you shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should have done that. I listen to them more than anybody. It's those people that I'm around the most and who are in that group.
It's somebody in your life that can give you a look. They don't got to say none of this. They raise their eyebrows, and you know that person expects for you to hold yourself accountable. That person know you or better than what you're displaying. It's somebody in everybody's life that can, you know what I'm saying? For me, what I realized when my change came, my grandma, Granny was just like,
Granny had that look, huh?
She said, I'm almost ashamed to call you my grandson.
She verbalized that to you?
She said that shit. That shit changed my life as a person, as a being. So I looked at her like, damn, Granny, you ain't fucking with me? And she was like, I'm almost ashamed to call you my grandson. But I hadn't got in so much trouble, and she was just like, you trying to be like them other kids. I told you different. You Granny Man. And that shit stoked me forever. And that's the name of my company.
Granny Man.
Granny Man
I was about to
Publishing.
say, that you need to
Granny Man Publishing. That
trademark that, Granny Man.
It is. That's Granny Man Publishing.
That's
my
dope.
company. And, I remember when she said that to me, she was standing in the hallway, 15 Northwest Drive, and I was looking down the hallway. She said, I'm almost ashamed to call you my grandson. She hit the corner. That was probably the most silent moment that I witnessed. That it was everything was going, but it just got so silent. Because when she said it, I was like, damn, what I must be terrible for my grandma to say that to me. Then it made me start reevaluating who I was. My mom came in the house. I was in trouble. She said, your mama, she don't take you off the football team. I can't come to none of your games. I was like, damn. Man, when she said, my mom came in and I was like, all right, take all your damn clothes off. Hand me that extension cord. I like, hold on, Mom, listen. I deserve this whipping today, right? I deserve to be chastised. But you ain't never whooped me naked and you ain't never hit me with no extension cord. I just think you going to jail if you do that.
You told your mama that?
And that was the moment she realized it was over with whipping me.
How old are you, 15 at this time?
Shit, nah.
14?
12, 7th grade.
And you told your mom, I think you're going to jail.
Because here I am. Listen, man, look. Listen, I deserve whipping. But you hit me with extension cord, this shit like too close to slavery. It's just,
right.
This shit just, don't put me in a situation to get yourself in a situation.
Right.
Because you going to send me to school tomorrow. I go to school with goddamn whips on, and this social worker see that. Forget what I'm going to tell them. I failed. That folk want to see. I need to see your parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was the honest to God truth. And it was that moment that Granny had told me some true shit. Granny told me some true shit in that hallway. She said, I'm almost ashamed to call you my grandson. Yeah. And that was enough to make me be like, damn, I got to be honest from here on out. And so when she came and I told her, I said, hey, look, I deserve it. You got your right to whoop me, but you ain't never whoop me naked. You ain't never whoop me no extension cord. I said, if you do that, I think you're going to go to jail. And she looked at me. I said, I'll take the whooping, but it's not naked. There was no central court. And to this day, Willie, I remember my mama trying to turn her back and not snicker because I know she was like, this nigga is at the age where whooping ain't effective no more. Right. It's got to be some real communication. And that's when I started getting whoopings. That day right there. She couldn't even whoop me. She hit me. Whop! I was like, whop! She hit me. I turned to the other side. Now she like, I ain't getting no more whoopings after that. That was my last whooping because I told her the truth. Mm-hmm. Granny said something in me that woke something in me up. I told her the truth. I ain't getting no whoopings after that. But I stopped, and after that, my behavior changed as well. Mm. I mean, I still got in some trouble along the way, but I wasn't doing the bash. I wasn't fighting like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So I fought a lot. I had a mouth. You know what I'm saying? My mama feisty, my dad feisty. I just wasn't a feisty person, but I'm playful. So I say something piss you off just playing. And then nigga think I'm soft. And then this thing, you know, oh, Shawty ain't soft. Shawty gonna fight. I got suspended 36 times.
How many times?
36.
36 times?
Yeah, man, I ain't proud of it, but it just let you know I ain't no hoe.
36 times over what period?
Shit. Middle school, high school.
Yeah, you would have been considered a nuisance.
I was. I was.
You should have been taken out of school and put into another an alternative school for bad kids.
Because I'm doing better than half the kids I went to school with.
Yeah, you doing that. No, I'm talking about at the time, man. You was disruptive, man.
Nah, people, listen.
You should have been in
here's
somewhere
the thing.
bad, man, for bad kids.
I'm about to turn out to have been a statistic. Can't say that. I will not.
Well, I guess all is well as ends well.
You know what I'm saying? My son who right there, you know what I'm saying? One time he went to school, he done pulled us some cough syrup. It wasn't even, it was some tussin. He done pulled it up and he done went to school with some kids. Ooh, let me get it. And they done drunk and the guy sick. And people trying to kick him out of the damn school. The ladies and
investigating you.
Oh yeah, the police was in there, everything. They was like, hey, we gonna kick him out of school. I said, so why? They said, because he brought this in and person ain't nothing to do. I said, no, let's get the facts down. I said, did they ever say, because they were trying to say he was telling kids it was lean. I said, first, was it lean? They said, no. I said, did he ever say it was lean? I said, no. I said, did any of the kids say he told them to drink it? Said, no, the kid took the cup from him. I said, that's on that kid. That's on his ass. Nobody told him to be no bully and take the cup. Mm-hmm. Now, I could have been another parent say, hey, man, you got yourself in this shit, you ain't gonna have to deal with it. He'd have been kicked out, went to jail, and went to a truancy school. But that shit ain't happened. I made sure I went in there and we did the whole da-da-da-da-da. It was like court. Truancy. And guess what? He stayed in school and he graduated. Had it not, he wouldn't have stayed in school. He'd been in the alternative school with these other knucklehead-ass kids, and he probably wouldn't have graduated.
36 times, bro. Hold on. 36 times. I thought my little old 10 times or so was a lot.
3 middle, 3 high school, 9 different schools. My daddy stayed on the south side. My mom stayed on the west side. My mom was Bankhead, Bowles Road, you know what I'm saying? Northwest Drive. My daddy, College Park. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Oh, back and forth.
Serious question. Yeah. Serious question. This is dead serious question.
Yeah, all of them been serious to me.
This is the most serious. What made you wear the perm?
I ain't never had no perm.
Well, what was that?
Wear the perm.
What was that made your hair slick?
I just pressed it, some heat.
You pressed?
Heat.
When you looked in the mirror,
I knew that shit was gonna do what it did. Ain't no goddamn, man. I see what you see. Shit.
Hey, look here. I'm laughing because I did the same thing before.
Yeah.
My shit was like wavy, like,
yeah.
And it was like what's his name?
Billy D.
Yeah, like Billy D.
Yeah, like Billy D. You had the fluffy finger wave.
So I had a buddy. I had a buddy in the neighborhood call me one day, and he told me that this dude had a picture of me with my hair like that. So I said, what? I said, okay, I'm finna come by there and check it out. So I go over there to check it out. And so he showed me the picture, and I I said, yeah. I said, oh man, this is a trip. I took off, ripped the pickup. Now that I look back on it, I should have kept it, man, because that's part of me. That's me. You know, like it wasn't. You know, like we all. I think it's something to see, man. You know, the evolution of us, man. Instead of like trying to distance ourselves from who we are. You know, like I mean, it was a style. You know, it was. You know, people go through different styles. You know, like. It was damn. It was better than having a shag. You remember shags?
Yeah. Some people call them Maverick shag. Yeah. I just, you know, I'm gonna keep it 100, man. You know, I talked about it so many times. I'm gonna just get to the gist of it. You know, sometimes you just gotta know how to yield the results you want. That's just the simplicity of it. Like shit, I knew if I do that shit, I was going to do hip hop squares. I'm on here with a lot of A-list talent, you know what I'm saying? I'm on here with a lot of people that's popping. I said, you know, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna make sure I take all that out of the room. That's what I did. I did it by any means, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody would never thought me pressing my hair would do that. They'd be like, what the fuck is you doing? But they didn't know that. I knew when I got in front of that camera, like no matter who was in that room, you're gonna have to pay attention to me, and that's what happened.
What was your thoughts on the Diddy trial?
Man, I thought that over time, maybe that, you know, I don't think that shit was no RICO. Cause they try to make it seem like this was an enterprise. It ain't like he was doing it for money. There wasn't no gain out of nothing. He wasn't like, you know, at the end of the day, I think people were doing what they were doing. People got caught into the lifestyle of it all, the endless retreats, the endless receipts, the endless just, you know, Cassie being with that man for some time. She's seen some really amazing days. I'm pretty sure she's seen some pretty low days as well. And I just don't know if you call Cassie a victim, right? And she could be, in some way, she was victimized. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm blind to what I seen as far as what was presented. In some way, she was definitely victimized. Video where she ran off with the phone and he whooped up, you know. He still shouldn't have put his hands on it, you know. At the end of the day, she was victimized in some ways. But, you know, someone asked myself too, was he victimized along the way? You know what I'm saying? What was so messed up for him where he couldn't have sex with her? What was the issue? I'm not saying that made him a victim, but he got to a point where it's like, yo, maybe she ain't turn him on. So now he just trying to stay with her, keeping it life. He want to make her happy. She picking out what she want. Boom. She picking out what she want. He paying for it. You know what I'm saying? And he paying for it, and then it turns into, oh, like, because if you listen, I never heard him have sex. It was like he was just there watching them have sex, right? But we wasn't in the courtroom, so I didn't hear the whole case.
I got the transcript of the whole case.
What I'm saying, covered. Well, either way, was he ever sexually active with the guys?
Not with the guys, but with her, allegedly.
Allegedly,
but
okay.
And then he didn't. None of the guys testified that they saw him actually having sex with her. They said he would be in another room.
That's what I'm saying. So if she getting a nut at the end of the day, sorry, excuse my language. Let me bring that back. If she's getting some type of pleasure and fulfillment out of it, because I don't want to just sound like just a
chauvinist.
Yeah, or just a like I don't have better, you know, vocabulary.
Yeah.
If she's getting the bigger percentage of the pleasure and satisfaction out of this whole situation, how is she the victim? You know what I'm saying? Because it sounded like it was more for her pleasure than for his. Even if he got off on seeing her have sex, she still got the pleasure because she picked out the people that she wanted to have sex with. Now as a man, I mean, I love my wife, but if she ever told me, you know what I'm saying, pick out a woman that I want and we're gonna pay for it, I don't need to be with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money we got. I don't want to pay for no ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I'm a man. Men do it all day, every day. And I'm a man. I don't want to pay for nobody. I don't want to fuck on no stranger. Oh, yeah. But then in their life, the lifestyle, they so big, they can't go to every city. Whether you got money or not, you can't just be laying up with random people. So they found some people that were able to accommodate them, that worked well with their plan and how they moved, their protocol. And it became a thing. But once you start crossing state lines, then that made it like sex trafficking, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not like he's bringing them to make money off of them. So he's really not sex trafficking. He's just using male prostitutes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I sit back and I say, well, damn, like, yo, they kept this man locked up almost a year. The biggest shit in it, the RICO shit, because I was reading shit where it was basically saying that with his deal, it would forfeit his dividends, his money by way of the company. I ain't gonna say their name because that shit don't got nothing to do with me and I don't want no smoke. You know, you see what I'm saying? And you see the level of, I don't want to use the word fear, but the level of awareness of the powers and the powers to be. It's at an all-time high right now. You see what they could do. They would do this public display of crushing a man who could seem to have everything. They made it seem, because before it came out, you know, people were naming me and all this shit. You know, all these girls was coming out saying, oh, they had kids and they was doing this and rituals. And it's like, ooh, because the media sensationalized it so much. And it's Puff Daddy, it's Diddy, Sean Diddy. So everybody like, oh my God. And TD Jakes. And then people start naming all these names. And you're like, oh my God, this is getting out of hand. You almost believe anything you hear because there's so much of it. Then when it narrows down to all the people get quiet. Who's making all these allegations, wild ass, made up ass stories, all that shit dead not, because now we see what the true thing is. It's just basically, man, was a goddamn freak. He had some freaky shit he had going on with him and his girl. Don't get me wrong.
Freak.
It was, I mean,
super freak.
No, man, that shit ain't, dog, I done heard way freakier shit than that. I done seen freakier shit than that, bro. That shit, man, he paying a motherfucker to come in and fuck his bitch. That's it. Nah, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. You ain't hear nothing that was just wild, man.
Yes, I did.
What?
Dude rubbed a nut on his titty.
What? Hey, man, that's dumb. That's a body fluid that nigga was cool with. That's freaky.
But that's
nasty. But that ain't. But I'm saying that ain't the worst shit in the world, bro.
That's
bro. Bitches is spitting in women's mouth these days. People is nasty as fuck.
Nah, Jack, that is damn near the worst.
Bro, I'm saying you play basketball. Bro, you play basketball. You play basketball.
A man's nut on another man's.
Nigga put his hand, nigga rub his crowd and got them play in your face like this here.
Nah.
Okay, it ain't the same. It is. I mean, the freak level is up. But I'm just saying, let's be for real.
Yeah.
From everything you heard out of that, if that's the freakiest thing out of that nigga ain't did nothing really freaky for real. Not for real.
Well, he did something freaky. He just didn't do anything criminal to me. I don't think what he did was criminal.
No, it was criminal.
I don't
what made it criminal is when you paying for prostitution and they cross the state lines. But that's all they got him on. But it wasn't racketeering. He didn't do it to make money off of that shit. It's personal pleasure. Hey man, look, I bought a nigga across the line, brought a bitch or two.
I think
rich as fuck. I can't just have anybody. These motherfuckers sign the A's. I can fuck on them. He can come fuck on my bitch.
So
at least I know he gonna deliver. This nigga gonna come punish my bitch. That's why his name Punisher. He gonna come punish her. He gonna dig her down. And yeah, pay for that shit. And the nigga wasn't even getting a lot of money. The nigga was like, I got $300 one time. Like, God damn, bro. Nigga going through all this shit for $300. Like, you would think, nigga, if you coming in to fuck Cassie, a rich nigga, bitch. Nigga, I'm getting goddamn, you know, they get me breaking nigga off 10,000 every time I show up and pipe down. It was like
some of them dudes were so enamored by Cassie. If they had 10,000, they would have gave her the money.
I ain't gonna lie to you, and I don't want to make this about Cassie, and I ain't gonna take this moment to say no wild shit because I could say some wild viral shit, but Cassie did have a presence, bro. She had a presence that was very soft and gentle, but something about her presence was still. It felt like she still was in control of certain shit. And I'm not saying none of her escapades. I'm just saying Cassie had this vibe about her that it would be soft and then she could turn it on and you know she know what the fuck going on. You ever see a woman who's soft and you just think they're just a lady, but they can run the play? Cassie had that to me.
You know what
And
convinced
I'm not
me
saying
that
that's
she
not
had
a bad thing or bad quality. I just think that, you know, it's like you overlook that one person. That person got the power to really pull out some shit, but you overlooking them because you never expect them to be that person.
What convinced me that she had it was when she called old buddy on the phone and told him, I'll cut you up, I'll chop you up, chop your body in pieces, I will kill you. That right there, if you can say something like that, oh, your ass ain't innocent. Yeah, two things can be true. She can be a victim, and you can be also a predator. You can be, an attacker. She obviously was a victim when she got beat up by Diddy in that video. I don't think anybody can dispute that. Right. But at the same time, when she starts, if you're gonna prosecute Diddy for sex trafficking, then hell, Cassie was riding shotgun, so she got to be prosecuted. Or she should be.
Well, that's why
she should be prosecuted
immunity.
too.
A lot of the people, so that's how they was able to even say it was a RICO. You know, people go, how are you in a RICO by yourself? It's organized. So all these people were organizers of it. All these people were under the same case, but they were granted immunity. So it left him by himself as the ringleader.
Which ain't cool because, man, that means that anybody right now can make a conscious decision to join a criminal enterprise, and they can kill, they can steal, they can rob, they can assist, they can be an accessory, they can do all of these things, and in their mind, they can consciously say, if it goes down, I'm going to rat out the big guy. As long as I'm not the big guy, I can commit any kind of crimes I want to. And what I think it sends a bad message to the would-be criminals out there.
See, you seeing it from that side. I'm seeing it from the side of the power of the government. I want you bad enough. Nigga, I want you so bad. All these motherfuckers who participated with you, I'm gonna grant them immunity to tell on your whole ass. I got you, nigga. That's how I see the government. That's the play in this. All that other shit is one thing. No, definitely. Yeah. But I'm saying I see it solely as that. Like, I don't even look at all these other people. I see it as the government having the power to say, y'all niggas good. We got the one we want. Tell on the nigga. You good. I got you. Tell on. We got you. But the plan didn't go all the way. But they still got his ass on them 2 charges. Basically paying for the goddamn transportation of the prostitute. Nigga got, what's the song? Whim Whammy. They hit that nigga on a whim whammy.
If you go out of town,
if you on a whim whammy, nigga.
If you take your woman out of town and y'all have sex or not, or even if y'all don't have sex, they can hit you on the same Mann Act charge, because the way that they explained it was that you don't necessarily have to have sex with the person. You don't have to necessarily give them money. All they have to do is prove that you intended to. They can just say intent, and that would be enough to convict you. That's how that goes. So anybody can be charged. Anybody can be charged with the Mann Act. Anybody, and I'm sure if you're over the age of 25, 30 years old, you probably have committed a crime in regards to the Mann Act, where you transported somebody from a different state, from state to state, with the intention of having sex. Even if you just bought a meal or you paid for the ticket.
That shit crazy.
You can go to jail.
That shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. It's just the law. They will create so many different ways to get your ass. And it may not get you, but it will get the motherfucker next to you. It may not get him, but it'll get you. It's just luck of the draw, man.
Yeah.
But I think this had to happen for people to see just how manipulative and corrupt the judicial system can be. Because I'm watching a woman who just got $30 million saying she think this man need to be held without bond because she's in fail. You got $30 million, man. You get the fuck on. You got $30 million liquid right now. You got more power than half the motherfuckers around you. Who you gonna call to protect you? I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, this still is nothing against Cassie because, hey man, I think everybody in the case was a victim. If you ask me, I'm just saying, it's certain things about it, just like, man, this shit is crazy. So I'm gonna lay off
she's
of that.
being sued now, right?
I mean, yeah, all that
So
shit.
some people are saying that's her karma
It's gonna come back.
because she came back. Instead of her letting it go, she went in the courtroom and pointed the man out. Not just that, after that, she said, hey, don't let him out of jail. Keep him in there. I'm scared for my life. Instead of her just taking her money and going head on and get out of the way, she decided that she was going to add insult to injury and further try to punish and manipulate, well, not manipulate, but humiliate Diddy. And it backfired. Now she going to have to stroke a check. She about to realize what people who got money has been realizing all along. When you got money, you become a target.
Yes.
And she's going to have to stroke a check because buddy that's suing her right now, I think his name Clayton.
The dog scaring everybody.
Howard. Yeah, Clayton Howard.
Yeah, the one that's ain't no way he hit, the little ashy one. They like that man. That's all that man lived to do is drop dick. That's all he can do. He don't do nothing. He probably can't read it right, but he could drop some dick. And that's important.
He said, I ain't got to look, I don't have to look the best.
Yep.
You know, how did he say it? He said, I ain't got to look the best. I was the best in bed. That's what he said.
That's what I'm saying.
He said, I ain't got to look the best. I was the best in bed.
Probably knocking that. Man, let me get off of that. I'm out of that. That's them people, you know. They got to deal with whatever comes with this shit, man. I ain't got no parts of it. You know what I'm saying? My name was cleared. Ain't nobody called me for none of that shit, so I'm going to move on.
Yeah. Well, man, thank God, man, that you did not move on from this thing called hip hop, man, and you know, you have absolutely, you know, been an asset to the culture, bro. And I look forward to seeing what you got going on in the future. What's cool about watching your evolution is that we don't know what you're gonna do next.
Damn sure.
You know, and that's how it should be, right?
Shit, I don't be knowing.
Yeah.
That shit just happened.
When it's time for you to go and you ain't got no more, how you want to be remembered?
You just answer.
Yeah.
Hey, it was time to go. He ain't got no more.
Mm.
That's it. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people don't understand, man. We chasing this fallacy. We chasing this concept that money will give you everything that you need in life. And when in all actuality, money is just a bait to get you to run on that wheel, to keep that wheel going. Because once you get money, you start realizing money ain't everything. You know what I'm saying? When I first got my first piece of money and I'm sitting there with $1 million, crying and shit. My wife looked at me like, what?
You cried?
I'm crying. Because I got $1 million and I know this shit. I spend $1, ain't $1 million no more. I'm just 100,000 now, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got $1 million no more. But not only that, I'm rich when my partners ain't. So how hard can I flex without making sure they good? Then if I go out there with $1 million and try to flex, make sure they good when I flex, now we got them back in the hood because we done gave it all, because everybody ain't flex. We got to turn the money over, keep it coming. And it don't happen like that in the hood. The mentality is not that. Niggas not going to give you, it's like right now, nigga be broke down and all like, bro, I'm fucked up. Nigga go in there and get you a dance when you get home, get out of prison, out of jail, and then get you a dance and shit. Your birthday, it ain't got to be nothing negative. It's your birthday. Bro, come on, we going to pop bottles and da-da-da. Man, nigga rent, dude. Nigga car note dude, nigga child support dude. Nigga blow all that, but they don't put no money in nigga pocket.
You know, that's a good point, man. What if instead of when dudes come home, you know, instead of taking them out to the club and throwing up money, you know, in strangers' laps, or going, you know, to the mall and buying a whole bunch of, you know, fashion or, you know, high ticket clothing. What if we just decided, you know what, homie at the house, man, we gonna plant this seed. I'm gonna give him this money to start a business. And not only am I gonna give him the money to start a business, I'm gonna put some people in place to show him how to run the business when he get out. I think that's the move right there.
Of course it's the move right there. The problem is, you know, when the average cat come home, they already...
That's all they want to do.
Well, it ain't that all they want to do. Sometimes cats just don't know a better way. You can show them the better way all the way. before they got in that predicament, somebody already done told them the way. They already know it's a better way, but they still chose that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like leading a horse to the water. I can't make you drink this shit. I'm telling you, you need it, but you like, man, I got goddamn water. Man, come on, drink all the goddamn water and you'll be dead in 2 days. That's your goddamn fault. But I couldn't get you to believe that the water was good for you. So sometimes, man, it is a great thought to have, oh, we could do this, and it'll be like, but then you find yourself in a position where you're upset even more because now you done gave a nigga this money and the opportunity, and they still say fuck that, and then you look up, well, how did he get locked back up? I gave him the money to start this. Man, that nigga ain't trying to see that. That shit might take 3 years. That nigga looking at something he can get in goddamn 3 minutes. Man, give me that shit, man. I forgot that one little play. Grab some money, nigga. I go put some clothes on back, give me a room for a week, you know? Niggas be, you don't seen it happen. Nigga get out and go right back sometimes. But again, I do think that it's a better way. It should be a program, even like with artists and entertainers. Niggas get on, don't nobody come and show them how to save their money. Niggas show them how to, now I'm gonna show you how you gotta do it. Now you're the big leagues, you gotta spend your money like this. Now I'm gonna show you how to spend your money faster and bigger. Oh, wait a minute, nigga, show them how to save this shit. You know, nigga get on, first thing you do, gotta get the rapper kit. Gotta get the rapper kit, my boy. Gotta get some jewelry, gotta get some clothes, gotta get some hoes. Gonna need a whip. Nah, man, nigga better go get you some land, nigga get some real estate. Put this goddamn money up, stack this shit for real, because this shit is not guaranteed to keep coming like you think it is. Because you build yourself up, you know how it go, and you create this lifestyle, and this lifestyle has to be financed, it has to be paid for. And now when the money ain't coming in the same way your lifestyle was going up, if it's not doing it together, now the income going down, but your lifestyle seem like it's going up even higher because you got less money to survive. Now what you doing? Niggas don't know what to do. Niggas don't have an exit strategy because in their mind, they never not gonna be owned, they never not gonna be loved. In your mind, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, my nigga, when you standing in front, you Willie D. Y'all standing in front of goddamn crowds and motherfuckers screaming your names, and you pull up to the airport and there's thousands of people outside with your album talking about signing this and shit. You feel love, nigga. You feel on top of the world. You feel like nothing gonna stop this shit. Nothing this moment will never change. Until you older, until you ain't doing this shit no more. And it's a young nigga in front of you and you try to give him some game or something. Somebody walk up, oh my God, little switch on the Glock 10. What's up? And you standing there, they don't even recognize you. You don't even exist to a nigga. You like, oh, Willie D. They're like, hi, what's up? It's your dad? Oh, you like, what the fuck? And it happens. That's not a shot, but that's just how we grow, we evolve. Niggas get to calling you unc and dad. Nigga, they ain't the same no more. You know what I'm saying? The shit changed, and niggas be discombobulated trying to figure out how to stay afloat, how to stay a part of the rat race without looking like I'm in a rat race. That's why a lot of niggas go missing, MIA. You don't see them no more. Niggas can't stand the goddamn the reality of, damn, I'm not where I used to be, and it's hard. And I'm a man. I know what it's like. It's like you had the Benz when you pulling up, yeah. Now you pull up in the Passat, nigga looking at you different. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, what?
See?
What the hell is a Passat?
Nigga, Volkswagen. Nigga.
Passat.
Volkswagen.
How you spell it?
P-A-S-S-A-T.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out. I'm just saying, you know, that's just it's hard out here. It's hard to be the man today, and tomorrow niggas is looking past you. Mm-hmm. It's hard to be the man when you just walk up and niggas like, oh man, hey, special attention, get this nigga a bottle, give him 2 bottles, give him a section of woman. Yeah, put him up there next to whoop-de-whoop. And then you get there and they're like, hey, look, bro, I know you, I'm gonna have to ask you stand aside right quick. Let me get my VIP and give me a second. Who you with? I know who you with. Let me go get somebody to make sure you good. They told me you might be coming. Give me a second. Hey, we got your section set up and you watching nigga walk past you. You like, man, what the fuck? I ain't gotta stand outside like that. That shit is real. Nigga, I see shit happen outside.
You just gotta understand human nature and not really, even though it's personal, you really cannot take it personal. It's just
you say that shit.
No, I lived it. I lived it, so I know.
It's easy to say. We on the same page. I'm saying we say that shit to a nigga. Nigga be like, nah, nigga.
Well,
I'm sitting here, man.
Well, that's his problem. He gonna have to deal with that.
And you know how it go.
Yeah, he gonna have to deal with that.
What year is it? 2025.
Yeah,
it's a young nigga on right now who just getting on. And all he called 2025, he done paid for in cash. Yeah. In his mind, nigga, I'm balling, all my shit paid for cash. 2 years, just 2 years from now, the body's changed, You got all this weak ass inventory. They just got no, the ain't no equity in that shit. These fucking cars, that shit done dropped, depreciated,
Yeah.
and the new shit out. Now the new young nigga, he pulling up on you, and he ain't got a house yet, but his car harder than yours, cause just 2 years ago, you were the nigga, you spent cash money, that shit, nigga, shit done changed, nigga, I'm holding a nigga, and you looking old as hell. 2 years, that's how fast shit have changed.
Yeah.
Now what you gonna do? You gonna trade all your shit in? See what I'm saying? You constantly trying to keep up, man. Just do yourself.
That's why, exactly, and that's why you got to know who you are.
Yeah.
You got to know who you are, and understand that you are in a rat race, and it's really not. It's really not real, man. You got your real life, and you got real life consequences, and then you have the fake stuff. You got the internet, and all of that stuff, and it's two different worlds. And if you can master the art of balancing both, man, you'll be all right.
I don't even call the fake shit fake no more.
What you call it?
That shit real. It real. Hey man, if you great at being fake,
shit's so fake.
if you're
real.
great at being fake, how can I call you fake? You the realest nigga I know.
Because
you real. You been authentically fake, nigga.
Yeah.
You been who you like. I can't say you fake if you just if you great at being a fake ass nigga. You actually is awesome.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not gonna be 100. That means you tried and true at that point. That's really standing on business to me.
Especially if they embrace that fakeness.
Man, embrace it, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Let it be who you truly are. If it's truly in you.
Yeah.
Hear that. That's what I told him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Young Jock. No more talk.
It's all good, bro.